Good day, everyone, fellow classmates from wherever you all are. My name is Oluwatami Wakasoko, and today I will be presenting to you my chosen research topic of a leader's influence on organizational behavior. Let's begin. We'll first start off by explaining what leadership is. What is leadership? Leadership is the use of influence to direct and coordinate the activities of group members to meet a goal. Also, it is a set of characteristics attributed to those who are perceived to use such influence correctly. So basically, leadership is the ability to motivate others towards reaching a desired goal. Arguably, a leader has the greatest impact on work culture and behavior. This actually reminds me of a famous quote by a leadership expert, John Maxwell. He's created and written and published many books. I want to say hundreds of books on the idea of leadership. Anyway, he states, everything rises and falls on leadership. And what that means is it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll explain a little bit further. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Lack of leadership leads to organizational crisis. And the presence of good leadership leads to organizational success. An organization can only go as far as a leader allows it or a leader grows it. So it's important for the leader to continue to grow himself or herself in order for his or her organization to grow as well. If a leader stops growing, the organization stops growing, and that is not conducive for effectiveness in the marketplace. So, what are some duties of a leader? One duty, or one example of a duty, is a leader is responsible to establish principles and guidelines that define the direction to which an organization is headed. He or she must propose and develop values for the organization to follow because values are the core components of a person's beliefs. When clearly defined, values should promote a healthy workplace culture and stimulate a sense of purpose while being the guiding light for how performance is evaluated at the team and individual level. Another major influence a leader has on an organization's behavior is the ability to be emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to accurately assess and manage the emotions of yourself and the people around you. This is important because the workplace is filled with different communicative interactions and behaviors. A leader who knows how to deal with people according to their style increases the chance of a great working relationship. Emotionally intelligent leaders are highly influential because they utilize their skills to realize what their fellow employees or fellow workers need, whether it may be stability or change. Having a good understanding of the environment enables a leader to have a positive impact on the day-to-day routine of an organization. Studies have shown a positive correlation between emotional intelligent leaders and employee satisfaction, retention, and performance. On the contrary, leaders who lack emotional intelligence are not able to effectively discern the needs, wants, and expectations of those they lead. Leaders who react from their emotions without filtering them can create mistrust amongst their staff and can seriously jeopardize a working relationship. For example, let's say I'm a leader of an organization, I'm the CEO, and I'm just in a negative and terrible mood today, and I decide to act on those feelings towards my employees. No, that is not being emotionally intelligent. Being emotionally intelligent would assess that situation, whether I'm being angry or I'm sad or disappointed at some other factor that has nothing to do with work, and I'd be like, okay, hey, I'm feeling this kind of way. I'm not going to let it affect the way I speak to my fellow workers or my employees. So instead of me blowing up and taking out all my anger and frustration and anxiety on my employees, I'm able to accurately assess what I'm feeling. I'm naming my emotion, and I'm not going to let that affect the way I relate to the people around me. It is important to speak with others respectfully and empathize with them because this creates trust. Emotional intelligence builds trust, and trust leads to good working relationships. And the good working relationships often increases the chance of reaching a common or desired organization goal. Another hallmark of effective leadership and influence that a leader has on an organization's behavior is the idea of democracy. A leader who displays democratic tendencies is approachable and thrives on being open to his or her team. Democratic leaders often capitalize on the skills and talents of their workers, and they enable them to share their views rather than simply expecting the followers to conform. Leaders who allow employees to express themselves without the fear of being punished, ridiculed, or rejected enable followers to feel valued. And feeling valued is a major component to the success in the workplace, and the leader plays an important role in that communication interaction. How many times have we seen or heard stories of someone saying that they quit their job because they did not feel valued? Actually, research shows that value or feeling valued is one of the most important traits of a good organization. A leader or an organization who is able to value his or her employees makes them feel like they're actually taking part or changing the lives of who they are affecting. So overall, leaders influence organizational behavior in the way they nurture the right corporate values and ethics, the way they display emotional intelligence, and the way they democratize the workplace by allowing their employees to feel valued and feel like they're actually sharing. What happens in the workplace usually translates into the marketplace. So, as the internal workplace structure is thriving, hopefully the external output will be success. As I mentioned earlier, everything rises and falls on leadership.